Coming up on the Sports Desk, we're on a roll now. Everybody in the South Bay is back at it, so that could only mean one thing on Friday nights. But at Bishop Montgomery High, all the buzz isn't just about the Knights steamrolling the competition. Some of the finest in Bishop's rich history are celebrated while offering their own take on what's so special about wearing the black and gold. Meanwhile, we'll go out to the gridiron for scores and highlights from all over town. One school gets their home opener while another is on the roll early. Find out who, plus more, right here on the Sports Desk. What's up, Torrance? Welcome to another week with us right here on the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Wan Hernandez. Of course, there's rarely any kind of anticipation about the start of any new season like when it's time to hit the football field. We've seen squads all over town rebuilding their rosters with new tools, while others are sticking to what works year in and year out. But no team in Torrance might have entered the 2013 season giving us as many questions as the North Saxons. Last year, they were the most exciting offense in all of Torrance, led by 3 experienced and dynamic seniors through an 8-game winning streak that ended in the CIF championship game. Included in the Saxons' former Big Three, a gunslinging quarterback with a season stat line that looked like something out of a PlayStation 3 Madden game. So now, with North's air attack gone, Tamerlada checks in with the Saxons to see if they're going to reload in the fall of 2013.
The Saxons lost a group of talented seniors to graduation and will rely on replacement players to pick up where they left off last year.
Last year, the guys had tremendous success on the field, and they were, varsity guys for 2 and 3 years and had lots of experience, and you could see that came out on the field on Friday nights. These guys, they're young and they're really raw, and they're just getting their feet wet right now. So there's going to be a lot of learning going on in the early half of the season, and hopefully we'll be ready by league.
The success that we had last year, we just need to go hard through everything. We're down on game. Everyone felt a little less confident than they were, and we're basically pushing each other out here to be successful as last year. A lot of them have talent on this team, and they really need to show pride in what they do. And so we're just out here every day trying to work hard, trying to be as successful as we were last year. So it's all about confidence and the will to play the game.
Dedication, hard work out here. Like last year, all the leaders that we had, seniors, they all stepped up, and like this year our seniors, they're too quiet and they're not talkative like the seniors out there. They're not leaders. But all we need to do is just put in the hard work and we'll be good this year, just like last year.
Senior defensive end Anthony has learned a lot from playing football and is eager to share his knowledge of the game with his teammates.
I'm teaching these guys to never give up and to work hard. For my 4 years that I've been playing football, my freshman year, all the older guys told me to work hard and to never give up and just to go, as hard as you can basically go. And that's what I'm telling all these guys. I'm telling them that if you work hard, it pays off in the end.
Players and coaches believe the team has the ability to develop into something very special in the future.
I see a lot of potential. I see that they can be something that they're not expecting themselves to be. A lot of the underclassmen really look up to the seniors to lead, but I believe that they have talent that they don't know. If they go on and play, they should show it instead of being afraid, because if you show it, it'll come out more and you'll have more fun playing the game. You'll enjoy it more. So I believe a lot of these guys have talent that they don't see in themselves.
I came here to North Torrance to play quarterback, but they put me at wide receiver last year because our star quarterback, Wan Hernandez, that's why they put me at receiver. But now I like quarterback out here, that's why I came here, so see what happens this year.
There's definitely tons of potential. It's a matter of gelling on offense and getting everything together, getting guys on the same page takes a little longer. And defensively too, just got to fly around and have some fun. And young guys, it's gonna, first game jitters and all that. Hopefully that's done with, and we'll see improvement this week.
Thanks for that, Tamara. And now that we've had a chance to meet the Saxons for the first time, we'll be able to see them live and in action right here on the show in their home opener against Lusinger. That game going down on a Thursday night, September the 12th. And that first home game will also be an evening where the Saxons look for their first win behind Juarez and company. This weekend, they visited PV Penn and lose another rough one to another Bay League squad. The Saxons go into the locker room and Palos Verdes down 44-0. and they're blanked the rest of the way. We'll see if Todd Croce can get the kinks worked out in these non-league games before things start counting against the Pioneer League come October. Also on the scoreboard this weekend, the West Warriors head up to the west side to take on Culver City. The season opener goes well for the Warriors as they get to spoil a big Centaur evening. Culver opening their brand new football field, and this one going to go down in the history books as a W for West. A 15-7 first half deficit turns into a 29-point run down the stretch for the Warriors, but more important than getting that win on Culver City's new field, they open the season with a win. Brett OG, the new feature back at West, comes out huge in his varsity debut. The junior speedster racks up 200 yards on the ground and 4 trips to the house. Okay, everybody, time for our first break, and when we come back, of course, we'll have more scores and highlights, but also, it's a big night on the Bishop Montgomery campus, inducting some of the greatest into the Knights Hall of Fame, including an Olympic athlete.
Going to school pregnant, riding the bus, that was hard. You just have all the stares and you have all the questions, and even little kids make you nervous just staring at you. When you get pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. Abortion, adoption, keeping him. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him. But when you're 15 and pregnant, you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption is what you need to do. I really have a simple dream. I just want to get my nursing career, get married, and have a family. When I get pregnant again, give them a better life. I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
America's service members and veterans are strong, forged out of bravery, sacrifice, and duty. Sometimes reaching out for help can be the most challenging and worthwhile mission of all. When you recognize something isn't right, make the call to the Veterans Crisis Line or Military Crisis Line. Dial 1-800-273-8255 and press 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back with us here on the Sports Desk. Getting right back to business, our next stop takes us over to the Bishop Montgomery campus. Of course, there's plenty of excitement around the Knights football program this season. So to add to the buzz, the Black and Gold welcome back a few of their greatest former athletes for a special occasion. Reina Ale will fill you in on the rest.
On September 6th, Bishop Montgomery inducted 6 former athletes in their 3rd annual Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony. Mike Gonzalez, Earl Davis, Forrest Hunt, Dr. Rodney Stetson, Noel Quinn, and Carmelita Jeter.
It's an honor to be here. Very humbling, but just a great experience to be amongst the other inductees. There's such rich tradition here at Bishop Montgomery.
It's just exciting to be back and be able to say I'm getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm really shocked.
Each person recognized had amazing athletic careers after high school, but the principles they learned here at Bishop Montgomery will stay with them forever.
One of the things that Bishop really taught me was never quitting, never giving up. And I learned that in competition as a Bishop Montgomery student athlete.
To be honest with you, it was a privilege to be a student and an athlete here at Bishop Montgomery. Teachers were terrific, totally took care of us, were kind and caring and mentored us and prepared us for life.
Although most of the inductees made their mark in athletic competitions, pep rallies seem to be a popular memory.
I enjoyed most of the pep rallies that we have for each sport. We would have it in winter and in the spring. Just the school spirit that we had.
I really enjoyed the prep rallies. You know, being on the football team and being one of the star running back on the team. It was a lot of fun.
And pep rallies. You love Spirit Week and you love pep rallies because that's when you got a chance to act the fool and it was okay.
Forrest Hunt, however, had his own memorable moment.
I looked down on the track and I saw this junior varsity cheerleader that was probably the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. Some years later, I married that cheerleader, Joanne Roberts, and 48 years later, she's still as beautiful as she was when I first saw her.
Even now, as professional athletes or businessmen, their hard work and sacrifices consider them as role models for aspiring student athletes.
As a student athlete, it does get tough, but you have to make sacrifices, and for me, playing basketball professionally was my goal, and in order to do that, I had to have tunnel vision, but also have the work ethic that I needed.
Whatever your passion is, whatever you enjoy and you love, then you need to go at it full and don't take no for an answer. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. If you believe in your heart that you are the best player, the best dancer, the best you name it, then that's what you be.
Thanks for that, Rana. Now, of course, as promised, the occasion came on the evening of another Knights home game. After opening up the season last week with a huge win over Desert Mirage, early on all signs point to high scores and flashes of brilliance from the Knights on both sides of the ball. And the cherry on top, they don't have to leave the city of Torrance for a football game until October. Rana Ale back again for that highlight.
Bishop Montgomery's defense was the key point in their shutout victory over Contreras, 25-0.
We're really happy with our defense. We got it shut out, which they're excited about. I'm excited about. They did a fantastic job. Offensively, I told them in the locker room after the game, if we continue to play physical, we'll win games in the second half. We went in up 8-0, came out, won the game 25-0. So I was really happy with what we did in the second half.
Offensively, the Knights started off slow with an 8-0 lead at halftime. But in the second half, they were hot, scoring 17 points and left Contreras scoreless. Senior Robbie Howe rushed for 166 yards and had 84 yards receiving.
Well, we knew they were going to stack the box, so we just wanted to play physical. That's our game. We want to be more physical than the other team. Defense worked really hard during this week, and we really studied on film what they do, so that really played a really important role.
Looking forward, the Knights will start preparing for a big game at North High on September 20th.
Fortunately and unfortunately, we had Beljeff had to forfeit, so we have an extra week to prepare for North Torrance, which we're going to need. They're a heck of a team. So it's going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a fun one, both here in Torrance. So we're going to get pumped up for that and do all we can to put on a good show.
Tonight's victory is the second win in a row for the Knights, and they are hoping to continue this momentum for the next game. In Torrance, this is Rana Ale reporting for the Sports Desk.
Okay, so you got the lowdown, a few highlights and scores from our first full week of football here in the South Bay. So when we come back, we'll have one more squad opening their season at home. We'll see how the South Spartans look in their first game back in action since last fall's opening round playoff loss against a familiar playoff opponent.
Next Wednesday night.
What a day. We need to get outside.
But, I think there's a game on somewhere.
Well, I know another game we can play.
Golf? You and me?
I'm ready to learn, and I found a great deal on lessons.
Okay, game on.
I think I can take you.
Now you can learn to play golf, starting with one great deal. 5 lessons from a PGA or LPGA instructor, starting at only $99. Get the details at getgolfready.com. Get ready to play.
What age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults 15 to 29. And one person dies from melanoma every hour. It's time. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Hello everybody and welcome back. It's our last segment of the week on the Sports Desk. Our first weekend with the full slate of football games. Finally, everybody has hit the gridiron for the first time, and our last team to stay home and open up their fall was the Spartans of South High. Jenny Phillips heads out to grab the Mean Green in a playoff rematch against Carpinteria.
The Spartans come out hot, not showing any signs of rust. First drive of the game, on 3rd and long, Bailey Jazovich finds a hole and takes this one all the way to the house for a 78-yard touchdown. South quickly up 7-0, and things are looking good. The Warriors respond with 2 quick touchdowns of their own, though, but Jazovich goes right back to work. He finds himself in the end zone again, this time with a 12-yard TD rush. We're tied at 14 apiece. Still tied with under a minute left in the half, the Warriors score on a 31-yard touchdown pass. Carpinteria up 21-14, going into the break with some momentum. Third quarter, Carpinteria runs with their momentum and scores quickly on a short QB keeper. They're up 28-14 now, and South can't come back from the deficit. Final score, 42-20. A tough loss for the Spartans, but now they have their work cut out for them.
This is our first game. They've had 2 games. They had 1 game under their belt, so we had a lot of young ones here. And once we get rolling, the run game's going to pick up and the pass game's going to pick up. And I think that's where our confidence is going to build from there.
Later on in the season, we'll pick things up and we'll be a pretty good team.
A lot of first game jitters. I think that got out though, so I really believe next Friday we can really get it.
We're just going to keep getting better. We're going to work hard. We got some experience right now. We're going to game speed all practice because now we know what it feels like to be in a game, and we're going to come back hard. We're coming back. We're not down at all.
After this disappointing loss, the Spartans know they have a long road ahead of them before returning to championship caliber. But for now, they're taking things just 1 week at a time. From South High School, I'm Jenny Phillips.
Thanks for that, Jenny. Moving on right away towards the Torrance Tartars. We talked last week about their unique, yet not exactly mysterious, because we know it's always coming, double wing T offense. Well, Coach Hollis's boys line up against Banning and battle it out. The entire game neck and neck through the first 3 quarters until the host Banning reeled off 13 fourth quarter points to pull away. So even with the 35-34 score heading into the final quarter, close but no cigar, not doing it for the Tartars. Tartars any good as they'll next head over to West High for an inter-city matchup. West going to be looking to build on their season opening win, while the Tartars thinking it would be nice to spoil a Warrior home game party with their first win of the season. That goes down here in town this week, Thursday the 12th. And our final football squad opening up a new book on the fall of 2013, those El Camino Warriors. We've talked plenty already about the new things going down on the Elko campus. That offense looking to regroup from last season. And early on, at least it looks like the jury might still be out on that one. The Warriors open up their season marching 75 yards on 13 plays. First drive of the year, first 6 up on the board. Led by the freshman running back Raphael Lawson-Gale, who contributed 5 carries and 20 yards on the ground, along with a 12-yard catch in that drive. You may remember the name, and if you do, it's from Lawson-Gale's days at Miracosta, where he wreaked havoc on the West Warriors' run defense. Nonetheless, Elko and new quarterback Cole Webb couldn't keep that opening drive momentum going as they'd fall 31-14. 357 yards of offense from the Warriors, with 213 of those coming through the air. The Warriors will get their crack at a home opener when we go out to see them this weekend against Hancock. Okay, everybody, time to throw it out there like we do every week. Here's how all you sports fans can keep in touch with us here at the Sports Desk or any of our other City Cable 3 shows. Email or call us here in Torrance, or now visit us all on Facebook. The crew here at the Sports Desk always has some updates for you throughout the week, as well as giving you a chance to check out and keep in touch with shows like Canine Corner, This Week in Torrance, Common Sense. The whole City Cable 3 family is right there for you. All right, everybody, that wraps it up. Another week here on the Sports Desk. We'll see you in exactly 1 more week. Have a good one.